Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about ICP. Let's get in. If you haven't already, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. I've been trading here, guys, for 5 years full time, and I'm literally giving you my trading ideas for free on YouTube. So go on ahead now and click that subscribe button. You'll probably save money at some point. So let's dive in then. ICP, we've got ICP USD on the weekly chart here. And for the last number of weeks, I've been very bullish on ICP as we were above our EMA band here, just like what we saw previously. We were also above our prior resistance that we had made in sort of middle of this year. However, this week, in the last couple of days, we have now broken below our EMA band, guys, on the weekly time frame. Now, just to confirm, this signal is not printed yet. There's 6 days left, so this signal could change. It could turn into something like a wick, like you saw here, which would be absolutely fine. But if Sunday comes, put this on your chart, guys, and set an alarm for yourself. If you see this chart on Sunday close like this, with this candle at basically $9.50 or around that level, that is a bad signal. Because see, the last time this happened, that was in June of 2024, and it occurred just before this massive break to the downside. So just set an alarm on that. You can set an alert just here by clicking the plus button on your chart and add alert, because what you don't want to see is that happening on Sunday. But obviously we've got 6 days of trading between now and then, so a lot can change. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen an actual warning signal appear on the weekly time frame here for ICP, so I just want to make you guys aware of that. Our RSI here is still technically above our midline, which is okay. We don't want to see it break down below here, but yeah, generally if you see ICP closing below this RSI here, closing below the EMA band here, and our RSI going to the downside in the same week, that would be quite negative. And even more so if you lost this resistance level that we had here at $10, sort of $10 to $9.50. That is the zone we don't want to lose, because that would actually open the door to further downside. But we're just going to have to play this as it comes. As I say, none of these signals are printed yet. This is on the weekly time frame. It doesn't close until Sunday, so we'll just need to check back on Sunday and reassess. But this is an early warning, guys. I'm just giving you that I've spotted these signals, so it just feels right to tell you guys about it. So if we just dive down to the daily time frame to get a better understanding of what is actually going on here. So let me just tidy this up for you. Okay, so on the daily time frame, right, we are making lower highs and lower lows. We have technically lost that monthly level at $10 right now. Our next level here to target is just that $9, as I mentioned in the last video, because you've got this local low here that we made in December, and it also marries up with our trend line. In fact, it marries up beautifully. Anytime you see a level that has both horizontal resistance like this, like a pivot point, and also a trend line, usually means it's probably going to be a good level to target. So that falls at between sort of basically $9. I would target $9 because you've got this level here, this pivot point, and you've got this upsloping trend line. So that would be your level to target to the downside. And from today's price, that would put you at, about another 7% drop if you are looking to be a long-term investor in this. But all in all, guys, the trend line is still going up, which is good. We're seeing every time what's happening here, we are bouncing, right? So that is something for ICP. But eventually, we're going to come to a crossroads here, where you see with these two trend lines here, the downsloping trend line and the upsloping one are converging together. Eventually, ICP is going to get wedged in here, and it's going to either break to one side or the other side. If it breaks to the upside, obviously we're going to be targeting some of these higher levels. But if it breaks to the downside, obviously that would be quite negative. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if we just see sort of chopping between the sort of range between $9 and $11 as we get closer into this convergence, where we eventually see a break in either direction. In terms of our extension from the EMA band, we're currently, we're not too overextended. I mean, we're currently 15% below our EMA band. So, I mean, it could be due for a retest, guys. And in fact, if we go even down to the 4-hour time frame, what we've just seen our RSI here. And let me just tidy up this chart for you. On our RSI here, on the 4-hour time frame, we've just printed an oversold signal. And oftentimes what you see when you see this oversold signal is it marks somewhere close to the local bottom. Like, see when we got it here on the 9th of January, once we went oversold there, we just immediately saw a bit of a relief rally. If we look at other times here, sort of 19th of December, very soon after our oversold signal, we saw a relief rally. Again, if we look back on 10th of December, we went oversold, we saw a relief rally. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if ICP does see some relief sometime within the next sort of 72 hours, now that the signal has actually printed. But just be aware, it could still go down to that $9 level before it actually does get that relief. But yeah, so just to summarize then, if we go out to the 2-day time frame, right, ICP, so long as we're below this EMA band here on the 2-day time frame, downside is the more probable outcome. You've got major support coming in here at between $9 and sort of $8.80. And that technically is where I would expect ICP to bottom. But there is one caveat, guys, and that's that if Bitcoin, I know I've been talking about this for weeks now, but if we see Bitcoin, right, losing basically 90K, let's call it, it would open the door to a further pullback to between $84,000 and $74,000. And from today's price, that would be somewhere between an 8% and a 20% pullback. So that is the only thing that could bring ICP down further than those targets that have actually listed there at sort of $9. But again, if Bitcoin was to do that, absolute worst case scenario, Bitcoin dropped another 20%, we would just apply that then to ICP. We'll put you around $7.80. But if Bitcoin does hold the line here, ICP, I expect the bottom to be $9. But just be aware that Bitcoin is on the edge of losing this support. So if it does lose 90K, these lower targets of sort of 84 to 74K could come into effect. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.